Welcome to the Life Multiplied podcast, where we sit down with local community members to hear their stories and learn what they love about the Bloomington-Normal community. Welcome to the Life Multiplied podcast. Today I have two very special guests, one being my sister, one being one of my really good friends, and we are doing this podcast to celebrate Teacher Appreciation Week. So would you two like to go ahead and introduce yourselves?
I'll start.
Okay.
I'm Kendra Schafer. I'm Courtney's sister. And I am a 7th grade special education teacher at Parkside Junior High. I did not grow up here in Bloomington-Normal, but I did come here for college, and I ended up staying afterwards. And I live in my own home with my sweet little dog, Phoebe. And I have a bunch of little roommates that join me in my house. So that's
AKA her siblings.
Yeah. So that's a little bit about me.
Taylor.
Right. I'm Taylor Kovack. I'm also a teacher. I'm a high school teacher. I teach family and consumer sciences at Normal Community High School. I'm married to my husband, Brad, who works here in town at Country Financial. And then we have a daughter named Kinsley. She is 8 months old. So I'm a new mama while working full-time as a teacher.
Yeah, busy. So can you guys just touch on why you wanted to become teachers?
The question of the day.
You start.
I would say I wanted to become a teacher. It stems back from in high school when, I was just impacted by all of my high school teachers that I had. Specifically, my senior year, I took an intro to teaching class. And so that teacher I had, she really inspired me to want to become a teacher, specifically wanting to teach home ec, family and consumer sciences. So that's my little story.
Nice.
I would say for me, since I was younger, I had always wanted to be a teacher. I remember growing up, we'd play, school.
Oh, yeah.
I think everybody wanted to be a teacher at some point.
Yeah.
I had a classroom in my basement, literally with the
thing.
chalkboard and everything.
Yeah. Funny story, instead of chalkboards, we would write on my mom's windows with dry erase markers.
Oh.
Yeah, that went really well. Yeah.
She loved that.
That went really well.
At least they weren't Sharpies.
True.
Yep. Anyways, from the beginning, I had always wanted to be a teacher. However, in college, I did go a different route because I do love to write. Mm-hmm. So I did get my bachelor's in public relations, but went back to special education, mainly because I have a younger brother who has an IEP, and I got to see some of the struggles that he went through in middle school, and it just inspired me to want to help. Mm-hmm. I love the personalities of the kids I teach and the uniqueness of them. And
you've taught elementary and middle
Yes.
school, so you kind of have.
Yeah, I just love who they are, and it makes teaching a little more fun, I think.
Yeah, and I think with me too, like growing up playing school at home, and then my grandma was a teacher also, so I feel like that impacted me as well to want to become a teacher. And I've always loved to sew, and I've always loved to cook, and I've always wanted to be a mom and take care of kids and babysat my whole life. And so I'm like, okay, why don't I teach just home ec, family and consumer science? It's literally right up my alley. It's what I love to do. It's my passion. And so that's what I'm doing as a career.
Yeah, and I would say too, like, our mom is a teacher as well.
Our mom's a teacher.
She stayed home when we were growing up, but she's back into it, and I guess it's just in my blood.
Yeah.
It's in our blood.
It's in our blood.
So you guys mentioned, you kind of touched on where you're teaching and what you teach, but why did you choose high school? Why did you choose junior high? Like, what was the attraction there?
So I taught junior high for 6 years. And so I started my teaching career at the middle school level. And to be honest with you, at first, that's the only job opening there was at the middle school level in Central Illinois where we were living at the time. So I kind of didn't have much of a choice. But then I stuck with it for 6 years, and I really loved it. I love the energy from middle school kids and how they keep you on your toes, and they're just so excited and ready to learn.
Yeah.
And then I decided to transition to the high school level, which I actually student taught at Normal Community High School where I'm teaching now. So I was like, I was looking for a change and wanting to kind of shift back to that high school level, and help those students, with their future and what they want to do when they graduate.
Sure.
So that's kind of where my grade level change happened.
Okay.
So currently I teach 7th grade special education at Parkside Junior High. I did student teach at a high school, and I had in my mind that I wanted to do high school. But then I got a job in elementary, so I did work at Fox Creek Elementary for a little bit in special education, and I love those elementary kids. They're just
so sweet.
They're like, they want to please you, and they're just like, Miss Schafer, here's a dandelion, like, it's so sweet. But then, unfortunately, I did get displaced, so numbers were low, so I had to transfer to middle school, which I had told myself, never.
I never thought I would be teaching middle school either, let alone starting my teaching career in middle school.
Oh.
And it ended up being great. And look at you.
I know. I'm in my 3rd year. It's been an adjustment.
Yeah.
They are something else. But you learn to love them. And I will say it takes time. It does take time.
And patience.
Yeah. Currently I'm in middle school. I've kind of, tested it all so far. And I'm okay where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Sure. So what would you say to somebody who's wanting to be a teacher, aspiring to be a teacher? What would your advice be to them?
Ooh, you want me to start with this one?
Sure.
I would definitely say get a mentor your first year teaching, because it's your first year teaching.
Yeah.
Yes, you did your student teaching experience, but you still don't know everything. You're just trying to survive your first year, and you need all the help that you can get. So I think having a mentor your first couple years, maybe your first 1 or 2 years, would be super beneficial, because they can help you with the little things, like how do you make copies? What is the protocol with this? What's the grading system? Behavior management, classroom things. So definitely I would say having a mentor to help you and support you.
Sure.
I would also add to that just building relationships in your building. It's hard when you're new. I understand that. And just finding those people that are going to have your back, someone you can go vent to.
Yes.
That is just in that same grade level as you.
Someone you can collaborate with on curriculum.
So that's provided for us, like, at the middle school.
Right.
We are automatically just put into teams. However, in elementary, elementary they have, like,
grade level
2
teams?
sections of, like, each grade level. But some schools don't have that, so...
No, like, when I started, I was the only FACS teacher at the middle school that I taught at. So I was by myself. I had no one to really collaborate with on curriculum. So I reached out to friends that taught in other districts to help me.
Yeah.
But the high school level, you're in departments, similar to teams at the middle school. So you have your departments to kind of work with to help you and guide you in the right direction.
Sure.
Yeah. And I also would say, like, Taylor, you brought this up earlier, just taking care of yourself.
Yeah, definitely. I would say that.
I think as teachers, we want to show up every day for our kids at 100%, but that's not realistic. And
no, you can get burnt out pretty quick because it's so tiring.
It is. So just remember to take time for yourself and...
Self-care.
Try to turn it off when you go home. I know that's difficult, but it's for the best, and it's what's going to get you through.
Sure. Because, I mean, you're going to have hard days as a teacher, right? Like, not everything's going to go right, and you're going to have situations in your classroom that you may not know how to handle that situation, and you may need extra help. You may just get really stressed out, and you need that self-care to kind of, help you with your everyday teaching day, basically.
And as much as
you get through it.
as much as you don't want to, like, you get home and you just want to stare at the wall and you're like,
you just want
overstimulated.
Clear your head from the chaos.
Yeah, just go on a walk, because as much as you're like, oh my gosh, that does not sound like fun right now, I just want to sit on my couch. Go for a walk, hit the gym, do something that's gonna, like, I don't know.
All the advice.
Like, realistically, like, as a teacher, you're on your feet all day.
Yeah.
Like, you are checking in with students. Like, I'm running cooking labs. At the junior high, I was running sewing labs all the time. Like, it's just go, go, go as a teacher, because you need to be there to help your kids all the time, and they need you, and that's your job.
Sure.
So.
Yep.
Well, let's move into why you love the Bloomington-Normal community.
You go ahead and start.
Okay. So I actually went to Illinois State University, met my husband there, and we just stayed around in McLean County. And I just love this area because it's like has that suburban feel. Like it seems kind of like a suburb, like where I'm from, but at the same time, it has that like small town feel because you have like cornfields and farms like surrounding Bloomington-Normal. So you have kind of like the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
I like that.
I do like
And you
that.
still have like a ton of restaurants,
Yeah.
decent shopping, right? I wish our mall was a little bit better.
Yeah.
But we have like
Come
everything we need here, and it's like growing immensely, which I love.
Yes.
And super family friendly. Like now that I'm a mom, like there's so many activities and stuff that I can take my daughter to, so many places for kids, and I just love that.
Yeah, I would say my answer is about the same. I love that there's so many things to do.
Yeah.
So many places to eat.
Yeah.
Go
There's
to.
something for everyone.
There is. And I mean, I wasn't used to that growing up. So this is like I've got my small town feel, right? Yeah. And then I've got everything I could need. Like my Target is right there. my favorite restaurant is right there. You know? Yeah. So I love it. We had to travel a lot to get to places growing up, and now I have access to that right here.
I know. I love how we got a suburb person, we got a small town person. We're meeting in the middle. So
literally, like Bloomington-Normal is a mix of both.
Yeah.
It's like the best of both worlds.
Yeah. We're both happy here.
Yeah,
I agree. So where do you guys like to go? What do you like to do?
Well, she said Target, so I love Target.
Yeah,
we all love Target.
Super Target.
Oh,
I miss
that would be amazing.
My super Target.
I want that.
You can go ahead.
Okay, I love Anjou Above.
Yes, she does.
I love it.
We all do. We all do.
I go there for my birthday almost every year.
Yep.
I love it. Farm to face sushi. Amazing.
Pizza. Their pizza's really good.
So good.
Also, you know, I love going to all the fun, like, little shops uptown Normal.
Uptown Normal's super cute. It honestly reminds me of downtown Naperville a little bit.
Oh,
like,
okay.
I feel like Uptown, they have, like, made so many good improvements to it. There's so much shopping. It's just so nice.
And it looks nice.
It looks
they
nice.
They keep it up.
Yeah.
They have, like, that
nice.
new restaurant with the rooftop bar and everything.
Oh,
like,
Fiala Brothers?
Fiala Brothers.
Yeah.
Like, they're just making it more upscale and, like, super family-friendly.
Yes,
You got the Children's Museum there. You got the ice cream place. You have everything.
Yeah.
I know Vinny's sister, she wants to come and take the train from the suburbs. And I'm like, all we have to do is stay in Uptown. You get off the train, you go to the Children's Museum, you
go to the pub.
Well, I don't know about taking a child there, but
Sorry, I just heard.
We go to lunch, you get ice cream, you can get coffee. I mean, you could like literally
The library's there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yep.
I would also say, what was my other one? I had another one that I loved. Oh, Ancho and Agave.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's a really popular Mexican restaurant here in town, and it's amazing.
Yeah,
and I
it's
love
really
it.
good.
And it like really, it's a very trendy restaurant. Like it makes you feel like you're in the city, like being in that restaurant. Yeah. And like even in Uptown Normal, when you're in like what's that new Pizza Paya?
Pizza Paya.
That place is really good in Uptown.
Oh, yeah. I was just gonna bring that up.
Yeah,
it's
good.
good.
You love pizza like me. That's where you go.
It's really good. Yeah. All right. Is there anything else you two would like to add to this conversation?
No. I mean,
here I would just say like teaching can be hard.
Yes.
But it is so rewarding. Like it is.
Yeah.
It is worth it in the end.
The greatest thing is, as much as like I struggle sometimes, like the last 2 years have been like a challenge to say the least, and those kids still come back the next year like to visit you and say hi.
They remember you.
Yeah, and that's what makes it special. Just seeing that you did make an impact on them, and maybe they'll remember you.
Yeah, like don't sweat the little things. Like you're going to make mistakes as a teacher, but at the end of the day, the kids just remember you for who you are as a teacher and building those relationships with them and caring about them. Like I very much sometimes like I just really care about my kids. Sometimes a little too much where I just like put my heart and soul in everything.
Right.
And then, you
just think about them constantly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that healthy? I don't know.
Well, it's your job. Okay, well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. As a community member, I appreciate you out here teaching our future workforce, our future, the future of the community. So
someone's got to do it.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to tune in to next week's episode, where we talk with local community members to learn more about Life Multiplied here in Bloomington-Normal.